Welcome, Game of Thrones fans. It's me, Mark.
I'm Anna.
And we are here to bring you another Game of Thrones video. This time it is Season 4, Episode 6, The Laws of Gods and Men. Well, what do you think might be happening this time around?
Well, just kind of like by the description. It says Tyrion faces down his father in the throne room. Which, I mean, it's probably the one court thing. Like, with the whole, like, Tyrion murdered the king.
The trial.
The trial.
Alright. Anything you want to add as far as what happened today?
What happened
Your
today?
first day?
Okay, so this was my first day back at drama. And I didn't, the entire weekend I didn't have Wi-Fi. Like, over the weekend, they sent, like, out the cast list via email. But, so, I didn't even know that. But when I got to school and, like, after lunch, I checked it. Like, it was 5th hour when I finally checked it. But during lunch, I found out about it. Our play is My Son Pinocchio Jr. And my first line, way in the back, is I'm a delinquent that gets sent off to Pleasure Island to get turned into a donkey. Yeah, that makes sense. So my name is Brunto. And yeah, this is my first line. No school, no bedtimes, and all the candy you can eat. I don't know, anyone that knows me personally, if candy was switched out with pizza, it just screams me. And if you don't know me personally, which you probably don't, you now know that.
You like it, the pizza, eh?
Yep.
Well, alright, well.
And pizza goes very well because, you know, my son Pinocchio Jr. is Italian.
So what do you remember from last week? Because it actually has been a week since we watched an episode. It's been...
Yeah. Let's see. We got Tommen's.
Okay, I was going to say the name of the episode was the first of his name.
Yeah. Tommen's coronation. There was no ice blast or chocolate, but you know, not quoting Frozen here, but.
Now, why would you do that?
No. So there's that. There was some Arya scenes. The Arya was saying the names and the Hound was getting really annoyed by it. It was just like, I'm almost done. I got one more name. And she said the Hound. And then he was like, and just, you know, fell asleep. It's just like, so, and then the next scene was like the water dance, where Arya, like, if the Hound wasn't wearing armor, she would have stabbed him, but he was. So yeah.
So, he didn't die?
No.
What else? Oh, there was a big reveal in this one.
Yeah, when Liza and Littlefinger thing, you can both thank and or blame Littlefinger for this entire show.
He started it all.
Yeah. And Dad made up a point. If it weren't for Littlefinger, Dany would have been dead because...
There was a comment.
There was a comment. Because if Robert hadn't died...
Well, one thing, Ned would have never went down to King's Landing.
Right.
Ned was the one that was putting it into Robert's ear not to kill off Dany. So if he wasn't there, there would have been constant assassination attempts on her probably. Most likely, Barristan Selmy wouldn't have been fired. So he wouldn't have been able to save her from the scorpion. It was kind of a cool comment.
But, I mean...
Never really thought of that way.
I would punch him in the face for all the downs of the show And, thank him for the show.
Okay,
After
on that
punching
note, I
in
got
the
a
face.
question for you. It kind of involves Littlefinger. Morphy versus Fisher. Would like to know who's the better schemer. Is it Tywin, who planned the Red Wedding successfully, went through all that? Or is Littlefinger the best schemer because he was part of killing Joffrey and he was the one that started the War of Five Kings? Who do you think's the better schemer out of those two?
Well, if it wasn't for Littlefinger, the War of the Five Kings wouldn't have happened, and Tywin wouldn't have made the Red Wedding. So the Red Wedding wouldn't have even
Right.
existed. So, and then Littlefinger was the mastermind behind the Purple Wedding. And Littlefinger does have all the pieces, so I'd have to say Littlefinger.
Littlefinger's the better schemer?
Yeah. He planned this
Tywin
entire
has the
show.
better name, though.
Yeah.
But, so Littlefinger's the better schemer. Alright.
Yeah.
Sansa and Lysa had the conversation where Lysa was all over Sansa.
Yeah, she was like, did you, in Littlefinger, not, or did you do,
Anything?
yeah. And Sansa's like, no, I swear I didn't, we didn't. And then, and she has like split personalities, I swear. It's just like, one's like angry Lysa, one's like sad Lysa, and just like cuckoo.
She is a little nutso. Well, that leads to the second question I had for you, and that is from I Sky Walking. And this has to do with Sansa. Sansa is a very polarizing character. People generally fall on two sides of the fence with her. They either really despise her for being stupid, weak, and vulnerable, or they feel sorry for her for pretty much the same reasons. Anna, you have been fairly neutral so far regarding her character. But how do you feel about her as it currently stands? Are you annoyed by her stupidity and feel she's part of it to blame for her own circumstances? Or do you feel Sansa's simply been dealt a bad hand?
I feel bad for her on that whole thing. Because, she doesn't, choose these situations. She had no control of the Purple Wedding, or the Red Wedding, or who she was going to marry, or, like, she
Stuck
had...
there for the Ned stuff.
Yeah, she had no control over anything. She couldn't have done anything, in my opinion. So, I feel bad for her.
Feel bad. I know a lot of people that first season when she's still just wanting to be the princess, and
Yeah.
so they start off not liking Sansa that much, so they form an opinion of her, and it's hard to get to like her after that. Right, so you feel sorry for her.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Oberyn and Cersei? They had a little conversation last episode.
It was the... Which one was that?
Talking a bit about Marcella.
Marcella, yeah.
Because
there's multiple conversations
Right.
between him and, just the Lannisters in general.
Right. Yeah, he's been talking a lot with the Lannisters.
Mm-hmm. Well...
And why is that? Why is he talking to the Lannisters a lot?
Getting information.
We'll be reviewing, but about what? What was his beef with the Lannisters, I guess?
He's mad at the Lannisters because the Mountain raped and then killed his sister, who was married to one of the Targaryens.
Rhaegar.
Rhaegar.
Yes. All right. Yeah, because the Lannisters went and cleaned house on all Targaryens after the
Except for Dany and
Viserys. Yes.
And Aemon.
And Aemon. He's up the wall, so he's protected at the wall.
Uh-huh.
I had a point. Oh, because I did finally watch the Histories and Lores.
Yes.
I'm caught up with you. Stannis was the one sent to take care of Dany and Viserys, but they'd already crossed the Narrow Sea at that point in time.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's like Danny's mother was pregnant with Danny, and that's when they got to the whole Dragonstone. And then Danny's mom died at birth, and then Danny and Viserys went to Essos. To, I think, Pentos?
Pentos, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Pentos
where
was
they
right
opened up
across.
the series with. Okay, we had Pod burning a rabbit.
Because he did not skin the rabbit. I know I'm not a, skilled hunter or cook. Yeah, actually I have no idea how to cook. But, it's kind of logic to take off the skin. I mean, yeah. Skin a rabbit.
Well, that led Brienne to ask Pod if he's ever done anything as far as battle went.
And he said he killed one of the gold
Kingsguard.
Kingsguard.
And then she looked at him a little different after that.
Mhm.
That's when she actually asked for a little help from him, which was kind of a good scene.
Yep.
Then we finished off at Craster's. A whole bunch of stuff happened at Craster's. Probably the last 15 minutes of the episode.
They keep on teasing us with a Stark family reunion, and then it's just like, nope.
Well, you gotta
It's
like
very
that.
triggering.
You gotta like that George R.R. Martin for that, eh?
It's very triggering.
Oh, and thanks for the comments. There's 2 books still to be released for this series.
In
So
a total,
there'll be
there's
7.
7 books.
I was mistaken on the last one, saying there was only 1 left.
It's kind of like the Harry Potter series, because, there's 8 movies, like there's 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, and then there's 7 books. Because, Deathly Hallows is 1 book, but they made 2 movies of it.
Alright. Well, Craster's, what else happened? Besides no reunion. Besides the Ghost John reunion, I still like that reunion.
Yes, that was the closest we got to a family reunion.
And Bran did see John.
And so Bran also saw John at the windmill scene.
Mm-hmm.
But John didn't see Bran.
Yep. Well, Jojen said if he saw him, they'd be going back to the wall. So what happened to old Carl up there?
Carl died.
Carl died. Yep. They took him back and then they ended up burning everything down. What about Locke and Hodor?
As you put it, Brandor. It's a very good name for when Bran is warring into Hodor. So Brandor went and snapped Locke's neck. And then afterwards, just like really bad, I feel really bad for Hodor. He looks at his hands and looks at Locke and he's like, oh my god, I did this. And like kind of ignoring Bran.
Who was just wanting to get a knife to come loose.
Yeah.
So, yep, we felt bad for Hodor in that situation. Because he did something that he had no control over.
No. Whose kill was that? Was that Bran's kill or Hodor's?
I would call that Bran's kill. Because really, Hodor had no control over it. Hodor's just a super nice guy. And also, Fortnite is 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah. Never knew that. Apparently that's common over in the UK.
Yeah.
They utilize that term where we never use it here.
We just say 2 weeks.
There was a concept. Yeah, a couple weeks is what we'd say.
Couple weeks. Yeah. In a couple weeks.
But yeah, 14 days or 14 nights, Fortnite.
Fortnite.
It made perfect sense. Just never knew it.
I just always assumed it was like the day after tomorrow. I just assumed it was that.
Okay, well that's the questions. That is the recap. Are you ready for the laws of gods and men?
Yep.
Alright, well, let's hit play and we'll get her going. Looking forward to this one. Play.
He is a bastard, born of incest, as was his brother before him. Yes. We have heard this story. It's not a story. It's the truth.
It is.
There's only one reliable leader left in Westeros. Stannis. He's got the birthright. He's in his prime. He's a tried and tested battle commander, and he doesn't just talk about paying people back, he does it.
He did. I can see her as Black Widow.
I like how she's the first one over the wall, though.
She's Black Widow.
Black Widow.
If I were to relate her to any, like, superhero, she'd be Black Widow.
All right. It's me, Yara.
You can't trick me. Tell him. Tell him you couldn't trick me.
I'm not tricking you, Theon. I'm saving you.
Reed, here, Reed. My name is Reed. Catch us in here, we're trapped.
Help me with him. You're Theon the Great.
This is turning into a lovely evening.
Now,
Your brother.
my brother's dead.
Those creatures who came in the night, they wanted to take you away. And you didn't let them. You remained loyal.
I didn't want them to take me. I was so scared. I didn't want them.
Yes, great. It's a bath. For you. Remove those rags. Now. The breeches too reek. Take them off. I need you to play a role. To pretend to be someone you're not.
Pretend to be who?
Theon Greyjoy.
Awesome. That's so cool, Drogo. Drogon.
Drogon, yes.
Yeah, Drogon.
Queen Daenerys, tales of your beauty were not exaggerated.
I thank you.
Mine is one of the oldest and proudest families in Meereen.
Then it is my honor to receive you.
My father, one of Meereen's most respected and beloved citizens, oversaw the restoration and maintenance of its greatest landmarks, this pyramid included.
For that, he has my gratitude. I should be honored to meet him.
You have, Your Grace. You crucified him. Your Grace, I cannot defend the actions of the masters. I can only speak to you as a son who loved his father. Let me take his body down. Let me have him brought to the temple and buried with dignity so that he might find peace in the next world.
Bury your father, Star Solomon.
Thank you, Queen.
Bedroom. Dragons haven't won a war in 300 years. Armies win them all
Dragons
the
haven't
time.
existed in
She must be dubbed me.
Dragons haven't existed
Oh, my
in
lord.
200 years, and there hasn't
By
been a big
force.
war in
Eventually
300
it
years.
comes to that.
Wait, everyone thinks Tyrion is, it's like King Joffrey. Kingslayer brothers. Someone said Kingslayer. I don't know if they were meaning Tyrion or Jaime.
Tyrion of the House Lannister. Stand accused by the Queen Regent of regicide. Did you kill King Joffrey?
No,
Did your wife, the Lady Sansa?
not that I know of.
How would you say he died then?
Choked on his pigeon pie.
So you would blame the bakers?
All the pigeons, just leave me out of it.
Right here, in this throne room, he marched up those steps and called our king a halfwit. Compared his grace to the mad king and suggested he'd meet the same fate. And when I spoke in the king's defense, He threatened to have me killed.
Oh, why don't you tell them what Joffrey was doing?
Silence!
Pointing a loaded crossbow at Sansa Stark while you tore at her clothes and beat her.
Silence! You will not speak unless called upon. The Strangler. Poison few in the Seven Kingdoms possess. Used to strike down the most noble child the gods ever put on this good earth.
I will hurt you for this. The day will come when you think you are safe and happy, and your joy will turn to ashes in your mouth, and you'll know the debt is paid.
Your own brother said this to you.
Shortly before the Battle of Blackwater Bay, I confronted him about his plans to put Joffrey on the front lines. As it turned out, when the attack came, Joffrey insisted on remaining at the battlements. He believed his presence would inspire the troops.
Tyrion said, and you will know the debt is paid. What debt?
I discovered he'd been keeping whores in the Tower of the Hand. I asked him to confine his salacious acts to the brothel where such behavior belongs. He wasn't pleased.
You once said that without me, the city would have faced certain defeat. You said the histories would never mention me, but you would not forget. Have you forgotten, Lord Varys?
Sadly, my lord, I never forget a thing.
We condemn your own son to death. I condemn no one. The trial is not over.
This isn't a trial, it's a farce. Cersei has manipulated everything, you know it.
I know nothing of the sort.
Always hated Tyrion.
He killed his king.
As did I. Do you know the last order the Mad King gave me? To bring him your head.
What happens to my dynasty if I spare the life of my grandson's killer?
It survives through me. I'll leave the King's Guard. I'll take my place as your son and heir, if you let Tyrion live.
Done. When the testament is concluded and the guilty
actually
verdict
worked.
rendered, Tyrion will be given the chance to speak. He'll plead for mercy. I'll allow him to join the Night's Watch. In 3 days' time, he'll depart for Castle Black and live out his days of the war. You'll remove your white cloak immediately. You will leave King's Landing to assume your rightful place at Casterly Rock. You will marry a suitable woman and father children named Lannister. And you'll never turn your back on your family again.
You have my word.
And you have mine.
Tyrion gets to live. I'm gonna see Jon again.
Be kind of a reunion.
Go
Yeah.
listen. You're going to be found guilty.
Oh, you think so?
And when you are, you need to enter a formal plea for mercy and ask to be sent to the wall. Father's agreed to it. He'll spare your life and allow you to join the Night's Watch.
Ned Stark was promised the same thing, and we both know how that turned out.
Father is not Joffrey. He'll keep his word.
How do you know?
Do you trust me?
Crown may call its next witness.
He seems surprised. He's just like, what are you doing here?
Must be in Pentos.
Yeah.
I know that he's guilty. He and Sansa planned together.
Silence!
I was his whore.
I beg your pardon. You said you were his...
His whore. I did everything he wanted. Whatever he told me to do to him, whatever he felt like doing to me. I kissed him where he wanted, I licked him where he wanted. I let him put himself where he wanted. I was his property. I would wait in his chambers for hours so he could use me when he was bored. He ordered me to call him my lion, so I did. I took his face in my hands and said, I am yours and you are mine. That was before he married Sansa. After that, all he wanted was her. But she wouldn't let him in her bed. So he promised to kill King Joffrey for her.
So why?
Father, I wish to confess. I wish to confess.
You wish to confess?
I saved you. I saved this city. And all your worthless lives. I should have let Stannis kill you all.
Tyrion! Do you wish to confess?
Yes, Father. I'm guilty. Guilty? Is that what you want to hear?
You admit you poisoned the king?
No. Of that I'm innocent. I'm guilty of a far more monstrous crime. I'm guilty of being a dwarf.
You are not on trial for being a dwarf.
Oh, yes I am. I've been on trial for that my entire life.
Have you nothing to say in your defense?
Nothing but this. I did not do it. I did not kill Joffrey, but I wish that I had. Watching your vicious bastard die gave me more relief than 1,000 lying whores. I wish I was the monster you think I am. I wish I had enough poison for the whole pack of you. I would gladly give my life to watch you all swallow it.
Samarin! Samarin! Escort the prisoner back to his cell.
I will not give my life for Joffrey's murder, and I know I'll get no justice here, so I will let the gods decide my fate. I demand a trial by combat.
I hate this song.
Hate it or love it?
Hate it. I was gonna play it at my grandparents' restating of their vows, like the reception afterwards. I was gonna play it. I played like a song, and then I just didn't play a song, any more songs. I was gonna DJ. I had my Chromebook and everything. I played I searched up wedding songs on Spotify. And, I played a song, and then I thought it was like a playlist, but it was just one song. Cause it said wedding songs, like plural wedding songs, and it was just one song. So, yeah, but I ended up not playing it. I mean, they wouldn't even know. They haven't watched Game of Thrones before.
The final scene always gives me chills and did it again.
Yeah,
I don't know.
got
I
chills.
love that scene.
Did I speak at all this episode?
Not much.
I mean, I'm
You were
just
glued to it, yeah.
zombie. Like TV zombie.
Peter Dinklage won some Emmys this season. A lot of it was because of that scene.
Mhm.
Very believable.
Yeah.
Like I said, I watched a bunch of times. I was getting chills over here as it was going on. I knew what was going to happen.
It was goosebumps when it was happening. I'm like, inside my head, I'm like, relatable.
Oh, he's just getting the rough end of the stick there, isn't he?
I know. He's
Yep.
just like that end, just like the end thing. I'll let the gods just do.
I'll let the
See,
gods
just-
decide my fate.
I demand a trial by combat.
Which, this is not going to be the first one.
No.
You
But
lies that before.
But he wanted Jamie. But Jamie's, not as good as a swordman.
Right,
as he
yeah, the first time
was.
around he still had another hand.
Yeah. Now, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure he means him fighting, or maybe Braun.
I was going to ask, who do you think he'll get to fight for him?
No idea. Because, I mean, Jamie will be the first pick, but Jamie isn't as good as a swordsman as he was.
Because you don't have
So,
the
I
right
mean,
hand,
then
yeah.
there might be, like... But then there could be, like, Braun, who...
You stood up for him once before.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, the trial.
That ending part, just like... I wish I killed the king. I wish. Just like, I'd gladly die to see all of you drink that poison.
Awesome scene, isn't it?
Yes, it gave me goosebumps.
Oops, shoot. There's still a couple spoilers in here. Can't quite watch that yet. There's like 1 or 2 scenes left that we haven't seen this season in that beginning.
Yeah.
So where did we start off this episode? We started this one off coming into Bravos.
Yep. And you told me about the whole, like, archer things.
Shooting down from the big...
That is really smart.
That's the only way in and out of Bravos, so to withstand an attack. Plus it's where the Iron Bank is. Needs to be protected.
Mm-hmm. So Sir Davos was speaking to them about, like, how old is Tywin?
Yeah.
Tywin Lannister is like 67. So I mean, he's old. And just like when he dies, who's the power gonna go to? It's just like, and then so he was making a debate on like after he dies.
How are they going to get their money back?
Yeah.
Which apparently that speech worked because he got gold.
Uh-huh. Because, I mean, how does a dead man pay back his debts?
Exactly. Hope the family does it, but Tywin is the most powerful person in that family, so...
Yeah.
Once he's gone, are they going to be able to keep running things, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
What was his argument? And it worked. And he went to Salador Sam, threw a little gold his way to get his ships going for him.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, while they were in Bravos, I think they were going to get the Golden Company.
The Golden Company.
Yeah, that's what you said a couple episodes ago, which is
Yeah.
another sellsword, kind of like the Second Sons are for Dany.
I said Armony.
Armony.
Armony. Army, yeah.
Okay, what else? And then, out with that, we had Yara going to rescue Theon.
Yep. Which kind of turned out flawed.
Yeah, well, Theon thought it was a trick.
Yep.
Because he's extremely broken.
Cripples, bastards, and broken things.
He totally thought it was a trick.
Yep.
Because he's been tricked before.
Yep, and saying that, like, Yara is waiting for you in the east. Yeah, east. Even
Yep.
though if the Dreadfort is somewhere, like, on the east side of Westeros, wouldn't Yara be, on the west?
Right, because that's where the Iron Islands are.
Uh-huh. See, even if I had been
Well, it was a
tortured-
confusing time for poor Reek.
I mean, still, after he thought a little, like, kind of processed everything, he'd be like, wait, why am I heading east? Shouldn't I be heading west? And, just turn around and start heading that way. Logic.
Well, I'll say at the time he was told that Yara was to the east.
Fair point.
But anyway, Ramsay was really happy with Reek because he alarmed and he didn't try to escape.
Mm-hmm.
And so Ramsay,
Better if he had.
rewarded him with a bath.
Mm-hmm.
And then asked Reek to do a favor for him.
Become someone he's not. Theon Greyjoy. Spy much?
So that's about everything there. And he said he'd do it.
Mm-hmm.
And we come out of that to, I just got it written down, the goat scene
Yep.
in Drogon.
Drogon.
Drogon's getting big.
Drogon's getting really big. Sooner or later, he'll be big enough to fly on, like, actual Dany riding.
Right, you know. Getting close, probably. Probably could by now if she could control him.
Yeah, controlling dragons are another situation by themselves. I mean,
and that led us to Marine and Dany up on her throne, and the shepherd coming in with the pile of bones from the goat.
yep. And she's paying him 3 times the, you know,
The value,
the value.
which is a good thing, but she is still seeing that this may be a problem.
Yep.
Unless you can get them under control.
I mean, they were raised by babies. I mean, she does train them, but like.
They're getting to be teenagers now, I think. They just want to run her off and do what they want. Teenagers.
Yeah.
And then we are introduced to Hizdar Zolorak.
Hizdar Zolorak.
Yes. We'll call him Hizdar for short.
Hizdar. I can remember that.
Easier to remember. We'll go Hizdar. He's the one that comes in wanting to take his dad off the crucifix. And she's still pretty stern with the fact that, you know, what the slavers did to the slave children.
Yeah, and then like he said, he ruled against it, but he was overruled.
He was overruled, right.
And then Dany looked back at Barristan slowly, and like with a look, like.
Right, I remember what Barristan said to Dany a couple episodes ago.
Don't mix up vengeance with justice.
Yeah, saying sometimes you should show mercy.
Mercy.
This might be an incident. Maybe Hizdar's dad wasn't so bad if he was speaking out against crucifying and
yeah.
So, but in the end, she says he can go ahead and take him down and bury him. So she did show a little compassion. Next was the council meeting back in King's Landing. Remember what was happening there?
There was talk about Dany and how she had, you know, conquered Marine and she was queen.
Yeah, Varys was bringing up information from the spies, his little birds.
Birds, yeah.
Also talked about the Hound. Hound was spotted, killed 5 Lannister guys. That was him and Arya. Really, he only killed 4 of them.
Yeah,
Arya killed 1.
Arya killed 1, but Arya wasn't spotted.
But they upped the reward on the Hound's head.
Yep.
As a result of that.
And everyone thinks Arya's dead. Except for, you know, the Hound.
The Hound
and
knows.
Gendry.
Gendry
and
knows.
Podrick. And
Hot Pie.
Hot Pie.
And Beric Dondarrion and Thorsamir.
Yeah.
The Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood.
The Red Woman knows she's alive. Oh, although I don't know if the Red Woman knows her name.
Yeah. She knows she exists, but she doesn't know it's Arya.
Right.
I mean, maybe she saw it in the whole
In her
eye
eyes,
thing.
yes.
But.
Okay. And from there we go into the trial. Trial took like the last 20 minutes of the episode, so.
The chilling trial.
The trial had the opening statements. You had Meryn Trant speaking against Tyrion about when he got threatened.
Yeah, and then just like Tyrion's, well, you were beating up Sansa.
But then Tywin shut it down because it wasn't Tyrion's turn to speak.
Yeah, but it doesn't make it any less true.
Right.
See,
the surprising one was Varys, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really speak up for Tyrion.
No.
Of course, you had Cersei there. Saying what she was saying about the day will come when, oh, that little line.
Yeah, when your words turn to ash in your mouth.
And you'll know the debt has been paid.
Mhm.
She had a lot of people speaking against Tyrion.
A lot of evidence against him.
Right.
But I mean, if those 3 judges were in our living room and watched this entire series up to that point, they'd be like, "Oh, Littlefinger."
Yeah. Yeah, but they're not
Up
here,
with
so. Then they take a break, and you have this little scene between Jaime and Tywin.
Mhm.
And Jaime says he will give up the King's Guard if Tywin lets Tyrion live.
Yep.
And Tywin's quick. He's like, okay. Because he wants heirs. He wants Lannister heirs. So he was quick. He seemed kind of surprised by that.
Mhm. I thought
You're like,
he'd
oh, wow,
think
it worked.
over.
And it worked quick. So yeah, Jaime goes and tells Tyrion that if it's guilty, plead mercy and to go to the wall.
Nope. Trial by
Well, they
combat.
bring in the
Shay.
surprise witness.
Shay. We haven't seen her in a while.
Nope, we haven't seen her since the Red Wedding. Or the Purple Wedding. When Bronn was supposed to get her out and onto the boat and off to Pentos. So apparently somebody intercepted her at some point in time. But that drove Tyrion to his speech.
Betcha it was one of Varys' spies. Because, I mean, Varys knows of Shay's existence.
Right.
So,
Yeah, but wasn't Varys trying to get her out of town too, if you remember, right?
true, but it was to work against, it was to work against Tyrion, I think.
No, Varys was at the time wanting Shay to get out because it was going to complicate everything for Tyrion. With the marriage to Sansa and everything. But, anyway, we get to Tyrion's speech. Yeah, and well, we talked about that quite a bit right after I got done because it's the best time to talk about that.
Chills.
Like I said, I've seen it I don't know how many times, and as it was going, I was like goosebumps. I'm like, yeah, go Tyrion.
I know, that was a very cool scene. It was just like...
So, how do you see this playing out? What do you think?
I
Have
have no
trial.
idea. He could do it himself. He could ask Bronn to
Right.
fight for him
Do
again.
you think he'll fight for himself?
I think
mean, it's
he
gonna be-
might. Because there's no way Tywin would let Tyrion have someone fight for him.
No, you can have somebody fight for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the
But
rules.
Tywin might not let that.
Might not let Jaime, maybe.
Yeah.
Because trial by combat's to the death, so I think Tywin would want Jaime fighting for Tyrion?
Probably not.
Or for this matter, would Tywin name Jaime as the court's champion? Who do you think will be the court's champion? I mean, they got to name a champion, and then Tyrion needs to find a champion. Who do you think? Lots of questions.
Yeah, that's a lot of questions. And lots of information to process. So, I mean... What if they both named Jaime? It's like champion.
Jaime versus Jaime?
That might not work out too well.
No, probably not. I mean, the champion has to accept, too.
True. So it'd be Jaime's choice, just like brother or father. And then just like, either way, if he picks Tyrion, his father would be really mad at him. And if he picks Tywin, then...
He has a chance of dying.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah. So he's probably not going to be the champion of either. I mean, if it's not for Tyrion, if it's not Jaime, then it'd probably be Bronn.
Bronn, that's good shit because he has before.
Yeah, I mean, like what he said over the veil when, you know, the trial by combat is just like, he did, but like,
Right.
and then he kind of pushed him through the hole.
Right. I do recall. You don't fight with honor. Yeah, well, he did. Yeah, that scene.
It's like, if you play by the rules, you get killed.
That's what's good about Bronn. He don't mind fighting a little dirty.
See, rules were made to be broken.
Well, all right. Well, that was a pretty good recap. Anything else you want to add? Anything to add? Any predictions? Any predictions on what Dany's going to be up to? Seems to be a little busy. She had another 200 people to talk to just that day.
Yeah, that might be tough.
How's she going to be handling that, do you think?
She's gonna get like really bored of it, but I mean, she still needs to train Drogon, Viserion,
and Rhaegal.
So she needs to train those dragons, so you know they don't go stealing sheep.
Goats and other farmed animals. All right, well, I think we're going to wrap this up then. All right, well, until the next one, hope everybody enjoyed it. We'll see you.